Yes, guys, and we're back with another episode of Rating Your Saves. So make sure you guys are hitting that like, comment, and subscribing. Like I always say, this does help the algorithm. I do appreciate the support. Also, make sure you're checking out all the social media platforms. The links are in the description. And make sure you're joining the Patreon and the Discord. But let's get straight into a next episode of Rating Your Saves. Let's go. And just for a quick reminder, we are rating these saves based on 4 things. First up, we have save creativity. Next, we have managerial success. Third, we have squad. And lastly, it is club management. And if you would like to send your save over, make sure you are joining the Muller Gang Discord. Link in the description. Then you want to scroll down to Football Manager, go to Rating Your Saves, and then you want to add your save file along with a paragraph explaining what your save is about. And for the first save, we have Vic Breno, started at Wrexham in the National League. Aim was to go up the leagues and win the Premier League and Champions League multiple times whilst buying a lot of young stars to develop and sell for profit / integrate. Just finished a very interesting season with the Pre-United. Alright, let's get straight into Vic's save right now. We go straight to the job history and we can see straight away, Jesus Christ. First, 6 years in a row winning the Premier League. But in terms of actually getting promoted, we got National League winning it, League 2 winning it, League 1 winning it, Championship coming second but still getting promoted, and 17th, 3rd, 7th, 5th. In that 5th season, he did win Europa League as well. And then these seasons, we can see a Champions League there, Champions League there, no Champions League but the Super Cup, Champions League there, Champions League there, and Champions League there. Jesus Christ. And just for visual representation, look at that. Champions League, Champions League, Champions League, Champions League. 5 out of 6 years with Wrexham. And he says he's had a very, very interesting season last season. And look at this, mate. The guy only lost 1 game in the FA Cup 4th round versus Chelsea. Aside from that, he has gone invincible in the Champions League, in the Premier League, in the Carabao Cup as well. This is absolutely insane. And then we move straight over into the squad and we can see straight away he is currently running a 4-2-3-1 bog standard formation. So yeah, nothing too special, but look at some of these players. We're seeing loads of stars over here, 5-star, 4.5, 5, 4.5, etc, etc, etc. And I'm going to insert the age. I want to look at the average age of the team. We can see loads of little 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds in the first team. So you can see he's bringing a lot of young players. Literally, the oldest player in the squad is 29 years old. So the squad is very, very young from what we are seeing. We'll have a look at this player right here. We can see we bought him in for 5 million. This left back he bought in, and we can see he bought him for 63 million. Pleasures bought for 46 million. Another centre back bought for 5 million. And straight away in the under 21 squad, you can see a little wonder kid looking player here, goalkeeper, midfielder as well. Then in the under 18s, he's got another one there. Under 21s, another one there. So some decent little young players in there from what we can see. Oh no, look at the under 21s. It looks a lot more better. We can see a lot more players with high ratings, wonder kids in there. And in the under 18s, probably not the exact same thing, but 2 players in there, so not too shabby. And we're going to head straight into the transfers and have a look at how much Vic has been spending. We're going to run it all the way back to the first season. You can see first season he spent 35k, sold 425. Next season spent 825, sold 170. Next season spent 900, sold 300. Season after that 675, sold 475. Season after that, you've got transfers in. He spent 39 million. I think that was the first season in the Prem. And then you can see he only sold 375, so not too bad. And then the next season after that spent 70 million, only sold 3.5. Season after that spent 132 million and then sold 153, so it looks better there. Season after that, 84 spent, 36 brought in. Next season spent 90, brought in 131. Spent 208, brought in 142. Spent 243, only sold 67. Then spent 140, brought in 69. Spent 282, brought in 316, not bad. And then season before last, he spent 88 million, sold 118. And then this current season, he spent nothing, but sold £103 million worth of players, so not too shabby. And in total, Vic Breno has a transfer net negative of minus 300 million. And if you head straight over to his staff, we can see, yeah, he's got the best staff in the league. I would expect that for a team that has been dominating the Premier League and the Champions League. And we are here with the ratings for Vic Breno's Wrexham save. So first up, for the save creativity, I'm going to give him a 4. You've taken Wrexham from the Vanarama National League all the way up to the Premier League, so props to you. For managerial success, it has to be a 5. He's won most of the leagues going up, as well as winning the Champions League and the Premier Leagues for like 5 years in a row. Next, for squad rating, I'll have to give your squad rating a 5. Once again, the squad is very well built. Loads of great players all over the pitch, as well as young players in the under-21s and under-18s that will definitely get into the squad. Finally, for club management, I'm going to give you a 3 just because of the minus 300 net spend. But aside from that, if it was a bit closer to 0, I would definitely be improving that rating. And for the net save, we have Smiley Webb, and he simply said, building a nation save with Raders FC in Denmark, slowly beginning to dominate the league, struggling a bit in Europe, huge loan farm helping strengthen my fellow Danish teams. And we are straight into Smiley save. First up, we're going to go to the job history and have a look there. And we can see first season, he came 4th. I mean, he was managing Denmark, but is no longer managing Denmark. And then next season came 3rd in both, I think, the league splits. And then season after that, first. Season after that, first. And then this current season, he won the manager of the year. I don't know. The league split probably makes it a bit weird. But anyways, let's get straight into it. And then we head straight into his team and look at this team currently playing a 4-3-3. I'm seeing Ivan Toney in Denmark, Shelly Ann in Denmark, Pablo Torre in Denmark, Al Madar. Yo, these guys got loads of players. And we head over here, we see Cole Palmer, Rooney, Bargy. I don't know, man. This is looking kind of mad. Jesus Christ. Rico Lewis is there. Zemri on loan. Loads of players. Absolutely loads of players. He's going crazy still. And I'm going to have a look and see exactly how we got these players. So we got Ivan Toney there. And we can see Ivan Toney. He managed to get Ivan Toney on a free transfer.
Wait a minute.
Shelly Ann, how much did he get Shelly Ann for? And he got Shelly Ann on a free transfer as well.
Wait a minute.
You got Rico Lewis. He managed to get Rico Lewis on a free transfer.
Wait a minute.
Cole Palmer. And he managed to get Cole Palmer on a free transfer. I don't know. You lot let me know what you lot think in the comments. Do you lot think he's been doing some dodgy stuff here, especially loads of these English players coming in on a free transfer? But aside from that, though, it does look like he has loads of young players. Look at that, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 18s, 19s. This guy's taken loan army and loan farming to a whole nother extent, bro. I don't even know how many players this guy has, bro. He must have close to like 999, bro. Bare players in his team right now. And if we shoot over to the development center, let's see what he has there. He's got one player in his B team that's 5-star, another one who's 4.5-star. Let's see if he actually bought this player. He did buy this player for 100k, so not too bad. I mean, he doesn't look that great, but it's decent enough for the Swedish league, especially at 18 years old. And we head over and check Alex Sanchez, another one. Determination is not great, but doesn't look too shabby. And he did pick him up for 165. So you can see he is buying young players and bringing them into the side. And in terms of the loans, he has the loan army, loan farm, really loaning. We're seeing loads of players being loaned out, like he said. 2 teams in his league to help improve them in terms of the Build a Nation save. Now let's head straight into his transfers and let's have a look at what's been going on. We're going straight to the transfers and we're going back. First season, he spent 950k, brought in 2.9 million. Next season, sold players worth for 7.5 million and brought in 6.5. Season after that, sold players worth 29 million and brought in players for 16.75. Season after that, spent 56 million. Oh my God, he got Levi Colwell on a free transfer. You lot got it. Let me know in the comments, man. I don't know, man. It's looking, I mean, he doesn't look that good, but some of these players, it's a bit mad. Back to that transfer window, he spent 56 million and sold players worth 46 million. And then this season, he spent 94 million, and sole players worth 94 million. And in total, Vic has a transfer net positive of 5.2 million. He's done very, very well in terms of actually turning over a profit and bringing in loads of quality players. And then we shoot over into the staff, and he's got some of the best staff in the league. Obviously, sports science not the best, but he's only got 2 members for sports science, so it's not the end of the world, but it looks very, very good. And here we are with the ratings for Smiley's Build a Nation save. So first up, for save creativity, I have to give him a 5, because I believe personally that building a nation is probably the hardest type of save you can do. In terms of managerial success, I'm going to give Smiley a 3, because he's won the league a few times but not done too well in Europe. Next, for the squad rating, I will give him a 4. I believe he's got a very, very good squad. I feel like he has overdone it with how many players he has in his squad. But obviously, it is for the potential of loaning them out, but he hasn't been able to loan all of them out. So you got some players just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And then lastly, for club management, I will give Smiley a 5. He's in a transfer net positive, especially with the type of save he's doing, as well as having some of the best staff in the league. And finally, we are here with Sebastian's Millwall save, and he said, I wanted to make Millwall the most dominant side in English history. Alright, boom, and here we are with Sebastian's Millwall save, and Jesus Christ, look at that, 102 points. Hold on, I want to see this first. 102 points, 33 wins, 4 draws, 1 loss to Aston Villa away from home, 102 goal difference. Yeah, he's gone insane, man. But let's get straight into his managerial history, and we can see
how many blood clot this?
He has literally gone insane. First season 5th, second season 5th, but got promoted. First season in the Prem 13th. Second season in the Prem 2nd, which is a bit mad, I'm not gonna lie. Then after that, it's just been straight dominance in the Premier League, bro. First, and he was manager of England, but did not win anything. For visual representation, we can see right now Millwall have actually won 3 out of the last 4 Champions Leagues. And in terms of actually the Champions League final, so this obviously last season, this season, he obviously won that one. Season before, he lost the final to Real Madrid. Season before, he beat Real Madrid in the final. Season before, he beat Real Madrid in the final again. Season before, he wasn't in the final. Season before that, he was in the final versus Bayern Munich, lost that. Season before that, he lost 2-0 to Real Madrid. So he has had some adversities in the Champions League. And then we head straight over into his squad and look straight away the tactic. I am a fan of the tactic. It looks very, very interesting, if I'm being honest. He's got a wing back here, got a number 10 here, and a winger here with an inverted wing back over here, probably going to help in the midfield, and then 2 advanced forwards. So it is like a custom 4-2-2-2, but I do like it a lot, man. We're going to look straight at the player ages. We can see 19, 18s, 19s, 20s, and whatnot. The team looks very good. We can see Endrick, Timber, Thuram, Alberto Malario, and then yeah, loads of little regens in there. Let's have a look at this regen off the rip, and he picked him up through the youth intake. Looks like a good player. Another player here that he got from Brazil, bought him for 11.5 million. Another player here, 19 years old, French. I believe he bought him for 7 million. So we can see he is focusing on bringing in these young players. Another one who's been loaned out. He was from the youth intake. Another one here, 20 years old. He bought for 19 million from Bayern Munich. 20 years old. Picked him up for 14.5. 20 years old. Picked him up for 19.75. Jones, 20 years old. Through the youth intake. He's got getting some decent youth intakes though. 20 years old. Picked him up for 4.3. As we can see, he's just bringing in loads of these, another youth player. Bro, this guy's getting some cracked youth intakes though. That's absolutely insane, bro. I don't know how he's managing to get these good youth intakes, but boy, it happens, innit? And then another player he picked up for 17.5. So we can see he is focusing on bringing in these young players. Straight to the development center, we can see under 21s. And once again, bro, you're seeing the young players he has got. 20 years old, he's in the club being loaned out. I've seen him already. But yeah, you can see a load of these young players that he has brought in that look like they've got decent potential. In terms of the under 18s, not too much. He's got one 15-year-old player who looks very, very good. And then we head straight over into his transfer history, and we're going to have a butcher straight and see exactly what's been going on from the beginning of time. First season, he spent 145, brought in 325. Season after that, spent 13.75 million, brought back in 3.3. Season after that spent 132 million. He must have been going crazy with the installments and only brought in 11.75. Season after that spent 107, sold 48.5. Season after that spent 179, brought in 66. Next season spent 200 million, brought back in 213 though. Season after that spent 174, brought in 63. Next season spent 142, sold 263 million worth of players. Season after that sold 351, very, very good there, and only spent half of 183. Next season spent 41.5 and then brought in 149. And for this current season, he has brought in players worth 85 million and brought back in 28.5 million from sales. And in total, Sebastian has a transfer net negative of minus 70 million. And in terms of his staff, he's got some of the best staff or coaching staff in the league. The recruitment team, you've got some spaces there, so you need to fill those out. And you need to fill in some of your sports scientists. You've got 2 more spaces there. And for the final ratings for Sebastian Save, first up for save creativity, I'm going to give him a 3. He took a team from Championship to the Premier League. Could have done one better and gone to maybe League 2, Vanarama National, etc. And for managerial success, I have to give Sebastian a 5. You basically won everything that there is to win, so props to you, mate. In terms of squad rating, I have to give Sebastian a 5. Once again, I see you bringing in loads of cheap young talents and developing them into world-class players, and your squad looks very, very good. And finally, for club management, I'll give you a 3 because you have a few staff members that you need to fill out, as well as your minus 70 million transfer net spend. And finally, for the total scores, we have Vic Breno with 17 out of 20. We have Smiley Webb with 17 out of 20 as well. And then we have Sebastian with 16 out of 20. Don't forget, people, if you guys want to get involved and you want to send over your saves, make sure you are joining the Discord, link in the description, and drop it in there. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Rating Your Saves.